The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's 2nd and 9. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here now, a toss to Montgomery. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
That's a short one caught by Laporta. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's 1st possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And we'll see a return here. Now on the return, he has lost the football. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. You couldn't ask for a better turn in momentum. Not only did they score, Greg, but then they kick it off, and they scored again.
Well, how many times, Mike, do you hear teams talking about the double dip, right? You go in before the half, you score, you come out of the break, and you score again. They were able to do a double dip without ever having to go to the halftime break. I mean, back-to-back chances to score before the opposing offense even has a chance to take the field.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing from the start. Here's Smith. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
1st and 10 now from the 36. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. It's the Lions who have the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Love.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Gino. Outright, Smith and Jigba has it. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Working out of the gun, Smith. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's over the middle and intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And the Lions will have great field position right around midfield. First and 10.
2 for 1.
From the gun, it's Goff. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. And the Seahawks are going to get the football at their own 40.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
On first down is Smith. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. Finding room at midfield. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air.
Oh, he coughs up the football. But he'll gather it back in. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, Smith. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Smith. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. And they turn it over on downs.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this 1st down.
Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.